Hello friends, I am Sampada Kulkarni welcomes you in my channel Tech Talks. In this video series, I am explaining you the concept of structure in the language C++. Before moving to the content, I would like to request you to subscribe my channel Tech Talks and keep the bell ringing. In this current video session, I am explaining you the concept of array of structure in the language C++. Now, first of all, we have to think about how are we going to maintain the records of all the students from our class, or if we have to maintain the n number of books in our library or employees in a company. All these things are more than one, that is the number of students from a class, number of books in library and number of employees in a company. So the same thing I am trying to explain you over here, that so how to maintain record of all the students or books or the employees in our company. So for that we have already dealt with arrays. What are the arrays? Arrays are nothing but they are used to store similar types of data. So can we make an array of structure? That is, can we make an array of students? Can we make an array of books? Can we make an array of employees? So the answer is yes, we can make an array of structure. So now let's move to the next slide for more details of array of the structure. So what is an array of the structure? So first of all, let's see, as I explained the example in the previous video, that we can create the structure, and at a time we have created the variable of 3 students in the previous video. If you want to know about more about the details or the introduction about structure in C++, for that I am providing you a shortcut link in this right up corner. You can go through that video because this is the slide which is linked with the previous video, so that you will better understand what I want to say in this particular slide. So suppose I want to store the information of 3 students that I have already covered in the previous video, but now suppose if I want to store the information of 100 students, then what I have to do? So for that we are having a solution that we will use an array of the structure. So declaration of the 100 variable is not possible. So that's why the array of structure is always a good option or a good solution. So that's why we will go for the array of the structure. So now let's compare what we can do for the declaration of the variables. So now let's move forward for the next slide. Here you can see that this is the first part where that we have already covered in the previous video session, that is, this is nothing but the student structure declaration where 3 members are there, roll number, name and grade points of every student, and in the main function I have declared 3 separate variables, they are S1, S2 and S3. The same thing we can do like this also. While declaring a structure itself only, at the end of the structure we can declare the variable, but this is okay if I am going to use these few variables in our program. But whenever I want to declare an array of the structure, what I have to do? So again I am having a 2 option with me for the declaration of array of the structure. The declaration of structure is just same as of the previous example, only here you can see that the difference for the declaration of the variable. So here I am declaring an array. How we are going to declare an array? Just same as of the declaration of ordinary array. If it is of type integer, I supposed to write down integer a of 5. In the same way, this is nothing but the data type. So I just highlight the things like this is nothing but your data type, and this color is not visible, so let me change the color. Okay, I am going to use this one. Okay, so yes, here you can see that this is nothing but the data type of my variable, that is nothing but a student structure, that is nothing but my user defined data type. This is the variable of name of the variable is nothing but the student, and this is nothing but the opening closing square bracket is nothing but the subscript of the array, in which in between opening and closing bracket I have to mention the size, that is how many students I have to create. As I explained in the previous example, if I want to create the array of 100 students, or if I want to maintain the information of 100 students, it's not feasible to create 100 variables and to maintain them. So instead of, I can use an array of the student of size 100, where I can store the information of all 100 students. That is, for all 100 students I am going to store the roll number, I am going to store the name, as well as I am going to store the grade point. So in this way I can arrange all the things, I can maintain all the things. But in this example I am taking the example of 5 students, as in the next slide I am going to explain the same thing with the help of C++ program. And for the feasibility I have used, or if time constraint is there, so that's why I have used the array size as 5. This is the first way how to declare a variable array of the structure. In the same way, this is the another way in which we can declare the array variable, where just same as of this example, where ordinary variable, general variables I have declared, in the same way I can declare the array of the structure as well at the end of the structure definition. So in the same way, both the things are same, only the thing is that this is nothing but the declaration that you're supposed to do before main, and this will be the global declaration. And if you want to declare that within main locally, so for this I can go for this type of declaration. This only the difference. So now let's see how to declare the variable with the help of program for the 5 students in the next slide. So I am moving to the next slide, and here you can see that I have mentioned the example over here, how to implement an array of the structure in C++. The things are same, that is the structure is already declared with 3 different parameters, or not parameters, with the 3 different attributes we can say. And here I have declared the variable, that is array of the structure. So here you can see that I have declared the array of the structure whose data type is structure student and whose size is 5. So here you can see that the declaration of the variable, this is local to the main function. Now as I have declared the array of a structure with the size 5, so I supposed to accept the information of 5 students, so that's why I have used a for loop over here. The first cout statement is for student number, first student, as I is starting from 0. For the first student, enter a roll number. We are accepting a roll number with the help of dot operator. Here you can see that every time dot operator is there. And the main or important thing you can see over here, I am using the another color to highlight it again or to differentiate it again. So here you can see that here whenever we supposed to access any of the member of the structure, we are going to use the name of the variable along with the subscription, that is ith student. So that's why student I, when I is equal to 0, I am going to use that is 0th student, and the roll number, here you can see that I have used the member as well, because we are going to access the member of a structure with the help of dot operator. So that's why it means that I am accessing the roll number of the 0th student. In the next line, enter name. So what I will do, I will accept the name of the 0th student. Here you can see that the member is nothing but name. So name of the 0th student, and at the end enter the phone number of the 0th student again. So that's why in the same way the 0th student's phone number I am going to access over here. And again one more thing, you can see over here that we have used dot operator to access all the members of the structure. This is the first for loop. This will go for I equal to 0 to I is less than 4. So for zeroth student, first student, second student, third and fourth student. So that is from 0 to 4 it will accept the separate values for all the students. And at the end, whatever information we have accepted from a user, that we are trying to display with the help of another for loop. Here I have mentioned in a comment that printing the values for the student. Again I am mentioning the number of student over here. Usually we start counting from 1, so that's why I have used I plus 1 for our reference. If you want to display it from 0, remove that I plus 1, just display I over there. And here I am displaying that the roll number for the ith student with the dot operator, again name of the ith student and phone number of the ith student. I have given each and everything in this program. I hope all of you have understood how to access the array, or how to implement an array of the structure, how to access the members of the structure if it is an array of a structure. And at the end I would like to request you to implement the same program in your IDE, and let's check what you are getting the output. So thank you dear friends for listening and watching my video. If you like it, then please do not forget to give the comment. Along with this, I am providing you a shortcut link for the subscription of my channel. Along with this, I am providing you a shortcut link for the next video of this video series, and the whole video series I am providing you in the form of playlist. So thank you and stay tuned with Tech Talks. Thank you.